If you have joined me for story time this week, then you would have already heard this book, Don't Laugh at Giraffe. But for those of you that haven't joined us, you really need to hear it because it is so funny. And then I have a really fun giraffe craft for you to make. So are you ready? Don't laugh at giraffe. No one would argue that giraffe and bird are an odd pair. Spat, scrap, and squabble, they almost always get on each other's nerves. The funny thing is, you rarely see them apart. It's weird a giraffe and a bird being friends. Take this morning for example. The bird wakes up extra early and performs his chirpiest song. Tweet, taloo, 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 tweet, taloo, taloo, taloo. The sound of the bird chirping inspires the giraffe to clear his long, phlegmy throat. And look at here what the bird's doing. The bird is covering his ears because he does not like the sound. That's a lot of noise happening. The sound of the giraffe clearing his throat sparks the bird to flutter around the giraffe's sensitive neck. So the bird is going round and around and around the giraffe and tickling him because the giraffe is very ticklish in his neck. Hee. To escape the flurry of fluttering, the ticklish giraffe breaks into a trot. Trot is like a slow running. When the bird sees the giraffe trot, he can't help but race after him. When the giraffe senses the bird swoop after him, he scrambles to go faster than his legs will allow him. Oh dear, wait to see what happens. It's not long before, squawk, thump, look what happens to the giraffe. He falls down. All that hurrying leaves them both very thirsty. At the pond, the water is much lower than usual. The bird doesn't notice. He tosses the water in the air and enjoys a refreshing drink. But this is a problem for the giraffe. The giraffe does notice. He stands at the water's edge and tries to figure out a way to quench his thirst without getting his hooves wet. Hooves are his feet. He does not want to get wet. And you can see he can't just bend his neck to go down into that water because it is really, really far down. First, the giraffe reaches down and stretches out his flexible tongue as far as he can. Clack, 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 clack. This gets him a cackle from the flamingo, but no water. Oh dear, look at this. Oh, look at the giraffe. Next, he extends his neck, stretches out his tongue, and squats down as low as he can. This gathers a howl from the hippo and cheeps from the bird, but still no water. Ha, 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 ha! Cheep, cheep, cheep! Look at they're laughing at him. Now, last week we talked about bullying. Do you think that this is very nice that they are laughing at Giraffe? No, I don't think so either. Last, he sticks out his tail for balance, extends his neck, and does the splits. Finally, he feels the water on the tip of his tongue. That's when the zebra joins in. He gruffles and he cackles and they howl and they cheep and they're all ha ha hee hee ha chirp chirp chirp. They're all laughing. Hee-haw! All the cackles, howls, gruffles, and cheeps make the giraffe nervous. When the giraffe is nervous, his knees tremble. He trembles and reaches and trembles and reaches until sploosh, he goes right into the water. The only thing louder than the giraffe hitting the water is the roar of laughter from the four animals. So they're still laughing at him. how do you think Giraffe is feeling right now? Not very good. No one but the bird noticed that the giraffe snuck away, still thirsty, but too embarrassed to stick around. Because look at, they're all still laughing. And look at the poor giraffe. He's hanging his head. He's so sad. The giraffe finds a nearby puddle. His ears are droopy, his eyes are misty, and his nose is sniffy as he laps up the muddy water. The bird is sorry to see his giraffe friend so unhappy. He has to think of something to do. How can he make things right? Look at Bird there. You can tell that the bird is very sorry. I wonder what he can do to make things better. Luckily, the bird comes up with his best ideas under pressure. Come with me, Giraffe. I have a plan. Back at the pond, the zebra spots the giraffe first. Hee hee ha ha! Uh-oh. Well, that's all it takes for the giraffe's knees to tremble. Just when he is about to sneak away again, out pops the bird. So he's just feeling sad again. And let's see what the bird does. Tweet, tweet, loo, tweet-a-loo, tweet-a-loo, ha ha ha, tweet-a-loo. And look at what's happening. The bird is being silly, and all of the other animals are laughing at the bird now. Everyone laughs, even the giraffe laughs, because the bird is being funny. The silly-looking bird makes the giraffe feel better about looking silly. Right? He felt silly, but now the bird is also being silly, so he doesn't feel so bad. Anyone can see that the bird loves the attention, but at least everyone has a laugh. And the giraffe finally has a drink. Look at this. Best of all, the giraffe isn't afraid to get his hooves wet anymore. He's doing a cannonball. Now that would be something to see. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. I have another giraffe book that I'm going to read tomorrow. Right now, I want you to go check out the giraffe craft that I've posted and see if you can make a giraffe. Have fun.